Hello, gardeners. Welcome back. Today, we're digging into a crucial topic, the 7 sins of raised bed gardening. Whether you're a seasoned green thumb or just starting out, avoiding these common pitfalls will ensure your garden thrives. Let's get started. Sin number 1, ignoring soil quality. Filling your raised beds with subpar soil is like building a house on a shaky foundation. It just won't work. Always use high-quality, nutrient-rich soil that will give your plants the best start. Soil that's rich in organic matter with a good, crumbly texture that allows for drainage but also holds on to moisture. Think of it as the larder for your plants, full of all the essential nutrients they need to grow strong. You wouldn't serve a meal on a dirty plate, would you? So why plant in poor soil? There are plenty of good quality soil mixes available at garden centres, or you can even make your own with compost, loam and sharp sand. The effort you put in now will pay dividends come harvest time. Remember, a thriving garden starts from the ground up. Sin number 2, overcrowding plants. It might be tempting to pack as many plants as possible into your space, but this can lead to poor air circulation and reduced sunlight, setting the stage for disease and poor growth. Now, I understand the urge to maximize every inch of your raised beds, especially if you're working with limited space, but trust me on this, giving your plants room to breathe is crucial. Think of it like this: each plant is an individual, reaching for the sky, stretching its leaves out to catch the sunlight. When they're crammed together, they start competing not just for nutrients in the soil, but also for light and air. This overcrowding creates the perfect environment for diseases and pests to take hold, so resist the temptation to cram them in. Give each plant the space it needs to flourish. Sin number 3, neglecting drainage. Waterlogged soil can spell disaster for your plant's roots. Ensure your raised beds have adequate drainage and aren't situated in low-lying areas prone to water accumulation. Now, we all know that plants need water to survive, but too much of a good thing can be detrimental. It's all about finding the right balance. Waterlogged soil suffocates the roots, preventing them from absorbing oxygen and nutrients. Before you even think about planting, make sure your raised beds have adequate drainage. If your soil is heavy clay, amend it with plenty of organic matter to improve its structure and drainage. Remember, good drainage is key to happy, healthy plants. Sin number 4, using treated wood. Some treated woods contain chemicals that can leach into your soil and eventually your plants. Now, when building your raised beds, it's tempting to go for the most durable and long-lasting materials, and often that means pressure-treated wood. But hold on a moment and consider what's in that wood. Many pressure-treated woods are infused with chemicals like chromated copper arsenate to prevent rot and insect damage. While effective, these chemicals can leach into your soil over time and from there potentially into your vegetables. Not exactly what you want on your dinner plate, is it? The good news is there are alternatives. Untreated cedar or redwood are naturally resistant to rot and insects, or you can opt for composite lumber made from recycled plastic, which is long-lasting and chemical-free. Sin number 5, forgetting to consider sunlight. Most vegetable plants need at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight each day. Now, we all know that plants need sunlight to photosynthesize and thrive, but it's easy to overlook the importance of sunlight when planning your raised beds. Before you position those beds, take a moment to observe your garden throughout the day. Most vegetables, especially fruiting crops like tomatoes, peppers and cucumbers, need at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight each day to produce a good harvest. So choose a sunny spot for your raised beds, one that receives ample sunlight throughout the day. Your plants will thank you for it with vigorous growth and abundant harvests. Sin number 6, ignoring pathway planning. Compacted soil and trampled plants won't do you any favors. Now, when you're caught up in the excitement of planting, it's easy to overlook the practicalities of garden design, but trust me, planning your pathways is just as important as choosing the right plants. Think of your pathways as the arteries of your garden, allowing you to move freely between your raised beds without compacting the soil or trampling delicate plants. So, before you start planting, take some time to map out your pathways. Remember, a well-designed garden is a joy to work in. And sin number 7, over or under watering. Raised beds dry out faster than in-ground beds, but overwatering is also a risk. Now, watering is one of the most fundamental aspects of gardening, yet it's often where things go wrong, and when it comes to raised beds, striking the right watering balance can be even trickier because raised beds are above ground level. They tend to dry out faster than in-ground beds, especially during hot, sunny weather. But that doesn't mean you should be constantly blasting them with a hose pipe. Overwatering can be just as detrimental as underwatering, leading to root rot, fungal diseases, and other problems. The key is to water deeply and less frequently, allowing the water to penetrate deep into the root zone. Stick your finger a couple of inches into the soil. If it feels dry, it's time to water. Steer clear of these 7 sins, and you're on your way to a productive and beautiful raised bed garden. Remember, gardening is a journey of learning and adapting. Don't be afraid to experiment, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. That's how we grow, both as gardeners and as individuals. Thank you for watching.